your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore, Miller, and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore, Miller, and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
For over 130 years, Bank West has earned long-term customer relationships by continually adapting to current customer needs while never losing touch with its South Dakota roots. With all our branches and our corporate offices firmly rooted in South Dakota, you can count on Bank West for solutions and service backed by hometown values. We've been there and we'll be there. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Learn more at bankwest-sd.bank. Member FDIC.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
At 3-0. Winner, top-ranked team at 11B, makes the trip to Deadwood tomorrow and plays Lee Deadwood, the Diggers. And Mobridge Products looks for a third straight win. They'll try to get back at Aberdeen Roncalli, who knocked them out of the playoffs in the first round last season. In Mobridge tonight, 6:30 on Star 99. In 9AA, White River coming off that tough overtime loss at home to Lyman last Friday. Goes to Wall tonight to meet the Eagles. Of course, Stanley County goes to White River next Friday. Platte Geddes looks for a third straight win. Black Panthers are 2-1. They'll play at Viborg Hurley tonight. Viborg Hurley, of course, just coming off the win over Bonholm last week. Kimball White Lake is 1-3. They've lost 2 in a row. And tonight they'll play Potter County in Gettysburg. The Battlers have also lost 2 straight. 9A, 5th-ranked Phillip goes for its first 4-0 start in 3 years. The Scotties will host Dupree this evening in Phillip. Lyman not playing this week. They're 4-0, and they'll host Wall next Friday. Jones County in Murdo this evening will host Timberlake. The Coyotes are 1-3. Timberlake is at 2-2. In 9B, Sully Butte's now at 1-3, set to host Cologne tonight in Oneida. Kadoka area now 0-4. They don't play this week. They play Jones County in Murdo next Friday. Sunshine Bible Academy still trying to break that losing streak. We'll play tomorrow at Great Plains Lutheran. And in All Nations Class B, Lower Brule is 2-1 after a 54-16 win last night over McLaughlin. Crow Creek's first win of the year came last night at home over Flandreau Indian, 56-8. It's the Bank West pregame show as Stanley County meets Bonholm. And coming up, our keys to success begin with Bonholm head coach Byron Putwill. That's in 2 minutes on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today.
The Bank West pregame show from Willie Williamson Field in Fort Pierre on this Friday afternoon here on KGFX. We begin our keys to success with the head coach of the Homme Cavaliers, Byron Putwell. Well, Coach, this has not been the start you wanted to the season, and you've got some of your players back from last year. Last year, the next is a whole lot in high school football sometimes, but the record doesn't show it. But how much progress have you seen from this team?
Quite a bit from the first game till now. You know, we played Elton Lake Benton. I think they were 14-1 the last year, and we had the lead at half, couldn't hang on. And Viborg Hurley last week, we were ahead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hang on. We just need to finish. Kids are working hard, and good things are going to happen.
Well, you're seeing an opportunity to get good wins there. You're playing, and those two you've mentioned, turning out to be pretty good football teams, and playing them tight. That can do some good for you down the line, can it?
Oh, definitely. You can, when you can compare yourself to good teams like that when you play them, and kind of gives you a little underlying feeling that, hey, we're going to be okay.
Defensively, it looks like in a lot of instances you've done the job so far. Do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, for the most part. We've given up some. We've kind of got stepped on our own feet a couple times. We have the Nebraska Cornhusker disease of turnovers, which is never a good thing. And last week we gave up, some. Definitely too many turnovers. We had 5 turnovers the first game we played, and 5 the third game, and then the second game we gave up a bunch of big plays, and we're working on that, and hopefully we got it fixed.
Well, what will it take for this offense to move the ball a little bit better?
Basically just hang on to it. We've been moving it, and then you get 10 turnovers in 2 games, and it's just not going to work. So we just need to keep doing what we're doing and hang on to the doggone ball.
Can't be a shock to you what Stanley County has done. They played just so tight over there a couple of years ago, and now the start they've had this year. What's going to be key to slow this team down?
They're very aggressive. Looking at them on film, they really get after it when they're blocking. I like their attitude, their desire, their panache. They just get after it. It's fun to watch. I enjoy that. And hopefully we can match it. And, you know, they were pretty good inside game and a pretty good outside game. And that quarterback, he's pretty capable when he has to scramble and pretty well balanced. That number 17, he's a heck of a receiver and got some good leg speed. That Brendan Bothwell kid, he can run.
Coach, I thank you for the time. Best of luck against Stanley County, and thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
That's Bonhomme head coach Byron Pudwell. And next on our Keys to Success on the Bank One pregame, Stanley County head coach Max Foth in 2 minutes on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Starting a John Deere dealership during the Depression took guts and vision. But C.J. Grossenberg was determined to help the community. He supplied more than equipment. He supplied a better way of life for his neighbors. Today, the family business is still going strong. Because round here, Grossenberg proves our values to our community every day. Grossenberg Implement is celebrating 85 years and is fourth generation family owned and operated.
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Bank West pregame continues on KGFX. Friday afternoon football, Lowly Williamson Field, Stanley County, and Bonhomme. And our keys to success continue with head coach Max Foth of the Buffaloes. You've had 2 weeks since the win in Dupree, and how has everything gone since that time?
Yeah, you know, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. It was really good in the sense that we got some guys healthy, and we're getting Colton Brady back, which is going to make us a better football team and get ready for a very good opponent in Bonhomme. But at the same time, when you're playing well, you want to keep playing, and I felt like we played a really good second half against Dupree, and defense played well throughout the game. So it's like you want to strike when the iron's hot. But the bye week came at a good time for us. We got guys healthy, gave us some extra time to practice and get ready for this game.
You won't have Cash Richardson today. That's really more precautionary than anything else, right?
Yep. Yeah, he cleared all his concussion protocol stuff. He's feeling great. You know, he's eager to go play, and we always are a little bit more cautious than most teams when it comes to concussion stuff around here. So I like to be better safe than sorry. So Cash missed some practice this week, and we have some other guys that can play at some other spots, and I feel like they'll do a good job as well.
You mentioned Colton, and the plan was all along to get him back for this game today. He is. How anxious is he to get back on gameplay?
Yeah, he looks good. He looks rested. He looks aggressive. He looks ready to play, and like you said, you know, he's a captain. Guys voted him. His teammates voted him captain for a reason. You know, a lot of people have a lot of faith in Colton Brady, and I do too. And he's definitely eager to go out and go play tonight.
Well, the eye-opening thing about the win in Dupree, as you mentioned it already, was the way your defense played. That was looking like your defense was down the stretch in 2021.
Yeah, our defense did a great job. Coach Hofteaser and Coach Gabriel do a great job of coming up with those defensive plans, and our kids went out and executed and played great. We had an idea of what Dupree was going to do, and we were kind of meeting them at every spot they wanted to go with the football. So, it was nice, and as they say, I love it when a plan comes together, and it certainly did on that Friday night.
Well, Bonhome's 0-3 to the surprise of most people, I think, including you, I know, including me, because there's talent on that team. It's just they haven't been able to get out of their own way sometimes, but there's no guarantee that's going to continue today. You got to be ready for them.
Yeah, it's such a tough game for us. Bonhomme is a terrific team. The record might not show it, but they've played 3 really good opponents. They've been close games the whole way. Even their last game against Viborg Hurley, they have the ball, they're down 6, they're driving the length of the field, and they throw a pick 6 and they lose by 12. So it's a little bit more deceptive than, the final score would indicate. And then Coach Pudwell does a great job with his team. He's one of those guys that I've gotten to know over the years here in 9-man, and he's been a head coach a long time. His team is going to be disciplined. They're going to always be in the right spots, and there's very few gotcha moments you have against Bonhomme. So our kids are going to have to play well tonight, and if we do, hopefully we end up in a good spot.
How much are you expecting them to try to establish their run game, which I know they've been wanting to do all along and haven't been able to do like they've really wanted?
Yeah, I think they've got some younger guys up front, and they're looking forward to they started running the quarterback a little bit more against Viborg and against Elkton. So I look for their quarterback to be pretty active in their run game stuff. And they do a really nice job of a lot of misdirection, a lot of motion. And it's going to be, it'll be a tough matchup for us tonight because our guys have really got to trust one another and everybody do their 1/9, as we like to say as coaches, and trust everybody. And hopefully we'll be in a good spot.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks, Dave.
Coming up, Stanley County and Bonhomme on the Bank West pregame show. We have the starting lineups on the field coming up from Ole Williamson Field in 2 minutes here on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
MDU starting lineup for Stanley County quarterback Brock Zabe with Colton Brady and Barrett Schweitzer in the backfield. Rylan Shrake, Brendan Bothwell also seen time at wide receiver. Q Bourne, Blaze Frost. The tight ends, Hayden Rogo, Case Golda, and Noah Baldwin on the offensive line. Peyton Nielsen, Colson Valchuk, and Isaiah Crown over the front three on the Bonhomme defense with Jackson Call, Jackson Nakaba, Landon Barris, the linebackers, Evan Ober, Easton Mutter, Landon Schmidt in the secondary. The law on the field brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection. We'll introduce those officials in 30 seconds on KGFX. Joe Martin is the referee. We'll get to the others in just a bit, but they're kicking off right now as Paxton Deal takes it from the 11 to the 15-20 left side, brought down and around the
Deal on the return, brought down by Saba.
28-yard line as Jackson Saba made the stop. That's the opening kickoff brought to you by Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. We'll hear from them, get the first play going in 30 seconds on KGFX.
Brady with the carry.
Colton Brady had the carry, and his first carry since the game out in up in Oneida in August. And he carried on a sweep around the right side for 5 yards before he was brought in by Easton Mutter. They can give him 6 yards, actually. Second down and 4 at their own 33-yard line for Stanley County, who won the toss, elected to have the football first. Screen left set up for Brady, but he's brought down maybe a little behind the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit.
Brought down by Barris.
By the senior Landon Barris.
No gain on the play.
They'll give no gain on it. Zabe completes the pass to Brady, so Colton right back in the action. He's been part of the first 2 plays. Stanley County 3rd and 4 from their 33. They're moving from left to right. Purple tops, gold pants, purple and white trim, the white helmet with the Buffalo logo on the side. Stanley County only went 0 for 5 2 weeks ago in Dupree on 3rd down. They have a 3rd down here. Bothwell in motion, handed to him. Tries to turn the right corner. Back at his 30. He's in trouble, and he's brought down back at the 32.
Well,
that was read all the way on the sweep as Jackson Call was
4th down for the Buffaloes.
There first. So Stanley County, no gain. They're stopped on their first drive. The punter is Paxton Deal, who tied his career high with a 39-yarder a couple weeks ago. 3 punts this season for an average of 30 yards. The deep man for Bonhomme, Evan Ulmer, stands at his 39. And over end kick, not bad, and a fair catch is called by Ulmer at his 36-yard line. And that's where Bonhomme will start with their first possession. 10:07 to play first quarter. Glad you're with us. A little bit of an early start, but no one will ever complain about that. No score, and Bonhomme will have the ball right after we tell you about this.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, 1060 KGFX Pier. Rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM, Fort Pierre. Arrive alive, don't text and drive.
Junior quarterback Landon Schmidt starts Bonhomme from their 36, fakes the handoff, cuts through left end, 40, a lot of room! Outside the numbers, left side, midfield, 45, Stanley County finally down at the 43. The keeper by the quarterback Schmidt. Zabe finally able to bring him down, but the gain's all the way to the Stanley County 42-yard line. This is their leading rusher, their quarterback. He just ran for 22. Big fumble led to a touchdown for the first score for Byberg Hurley last week. As we say, there have been turnover problems for this team, 8 in 3 games, but they're 1st and 10 here at the Stanley County 42. Schmidt on a sweep right side, Ulmer 40, and he is wrapped from behind by Brock Zabe.
Ulmer with the carry,
but he is able to make it for about 4, and that's where they'll give him to the 38-yard line of Stanley County, and it's 2nd down and 4. Glad to have you with us on this Friday afternoon. Our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg postgame will include our Bauman Lumber player of the game. 2nd and 6, Bonhomme from right to left In white uniforms, red numerals, the powder blue trim. They're at the Stanley County 38. On the right hash, low snap, inside handoff, and going up the middle is Jackson Kappa across the 35-yard line, and not too far from that first down. They're going to give him all the way to the 30.
The carry brought down by
3.
Colda.
They need the 32 for the first down. It's third down at about a yard, and there in on another play is Chase Colda for Stanley County. 3rd and 1, Bonhomme at the Stanley County 33. No score, 8:35 in the first, just a keeper straight up the middle, and Schmidt is able to dive forward. Looks like he's right at the mark where he's. No, he's not. He is stopped short on another good play by Colda. He tried to move that ball forward to the 32, but they'll spot it at the 33, inside the 33, 4th down. It's just about a full yard, and Bonhomme keeps the offense on the field. And they send Easton Mutter wide to the right, Nevin Ulmer wide to the left. Pistol formation here for Landon Schmidt, and 2 Buffaloes came across the line of scrimmage. Both Aaron Cantu and Noah Baldwin jumped across. That's going to give Bonhomme a gift first down. Well, here's one thing that Stanley County wants to take care of better, and that's penalties. They had a lot of them in Dupree. And their first one of the day here gives Bonhomme a first down at the Stanley County 28. 7:51 first quarter, no score. Wing left, 2 receivers right. And the pistol again is Landon Schmidt. Man in motion. That's Mutter. Takes the handoff. Sweep around the left end to the 25. 20. Another first down, and he's out of bounds at around the 15-yard line. Make it inside to the 13.
Play results in a first down for the Cavaliers.
It is a first down on the sweep by Mutter.
At the Stanley County 12-yard line.
Paxton Deal was able to bring him down. But it's the 13-yard line of Stanley County for 15 more yards. And 5 rushing plays have netted Bonhomme 46 yards on this drive, 51 counting the penalty. 1st and 10 at the Stanley County 13. 7:36 in the first quarter, no score. Hand it off. This is to Kappa, and Jackson is at right guard for maybe 2. And there again, Chase Colda is in there first. They'll give him a yard to the 12, and it's 2nd down and 9. You may hear Bonham's fans screaming, block that guy. Well, a lot of teams have had problems. The first 3 have had problems with the 5'9", 180-pound sophomore Chase Colda, who was the Buffalo's leading tackler coming up with 24. 2nd and 9 at the Stanley County 12 for Bonhomme. 2 receivers right. Schmidt in the pistol again. Tosses a sweep on the right side. This is to Barris. Tries to turn the corner. He is down inside the 10, down to about the 8 or 7. Holder was there chasing him again.
Barris with the tackle brought down by Schweitzer.
It was Barrett Schweitzer in on the end of the play. That is spotted down at the 7-yard line for a gain of 5. And it'll make it 3rd down and 4 for Bonhomme, who's didn't make it on 3rd down earlier, but did on 4th down. 6:25 in the first quarter, no score, but Bonham's knocking on the door. Slot left, wide size to the left. A roll right by Schmidt, around the corner to the 5, walks into the end zone. Landon Schmidt scores his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, and Bonhomme is broken on top just about halfway through this first quarter with a very efficient drive. 8 plays all on the ground, and they take up just a little under 4 minutes and score. They do have a kicking game. Their kicker is freshman Isaiah Crownover. The holder is Easton Muller. Chase Satupul is the long snapper. They run the swinging gate, as we have seen the last couple of years when these teams played in Tyndall. Snap is back. The hold is good, but the kick is low and wide left. But Bonhomme takes the lead, and we'll take a break. 6:15 left first quarter. Bonhomme leads Stanley County 6-0 at Old Williamson Field. Back in 1 minute on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
The foundation for how we do business is right in our initials. W-E. We. Everything we do is a partnership. We understand solving the many complex challenges growers face every day takes teamwork. And when we succeed, we do it together. That's the power of we.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Kickoff man is Isaiah Crownover. He kicks off for the second time from right to left. Deal and Bothwell wait, and this one will be over the head of Bothwell and into the end zone for a touchback. So Stanley County will start at their 20, down 6-0 with 6:15 left in the first quarter. 8-play, 64-yard drive and 3:52 for Bonhomme to score first, the 7-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Crownover. Offside penalty, remember, gave Stanley County, gave Bonhomme a first down. Evan Ulmer in the next play with a 15-yard run to the 28-yard run to the 15 to help set Bonhomme up. Now Stanley County with it for the second time, 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. Stretch handoff. Brady kind to cut through the right side, doesn't make it far, only back to the line of scrimmage.
Brady with the carry, brought down by Nielsen.
First there was Peyton Nielsen. He's a sophomore, 6 foot 200 with 15 tackles coming in, helped out by Jackson Call. No gain, 2nd and 10 at their 20 for Stanley County, and the offense trying to get going, just 6 yards on their first drive before they punt it. Pistol formation, Brock Zay back to throw, looks to the right, nobody open, tries to run down the middle, gained a yard maybe, but that's all. And he was fortunate to do that. Just a yard for
with the keeper, brought
Brock.
down by Zomer.
Evan Ulmer came up to make the stop on Brock Zabe. Just a gain of a yard. Now Stanley County wants to talk about things early with an Agtegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Third down coming up for Stanley County from their 21. It'll be 3rd and 9, 5:16 in the first. 6-0. Bonhomme leads Stanley County back in 30 seconds here on KGFX.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
An early start to this game, but not an early start that the Stanley County Buffaloes won on offense. Only 7 yards so far on 5 plays, and they have a 3rd down and 9 here from their 21. Moving from left to right. Deal wide right, Bothwell in a slot right, a wing to the right too. The left is the wide side. They're at the right hash. In the pistol is Zay. Brock rolls right, sets the screen up the middle for Schweitzer. 25, 28. He's brought down a little short, and a good play there by Evan Ulmer, and a nice open field tackle that leaves Stanley County short of the first down. Very good play by Evan Ulmer, because it looked like Schweitzer was close to having that first down. They hold him to a gain of 7, and it's 4th down and 2. And punt formation again for Stanley County and Paxton Deal. Pass back to him. Ulmer waits at his 40. Kick toward the sidelines. It's a little bit of a Buffalo bounce, and Stanley County will be back to down it at the 36-yard line
Punt is down
of Bonhomme.
36-yard line.
And again, Stanley County goes 3 and out, and Bonhomme will take over at their 36 with 4:35 left in the first quarter in a scoreless game. 6-0 Bonhomme in front. Remember, David, they scored a touchdown. Remember that about 10 minutes ago? Yikes, Landon Schmidt with the touchdown run. You're not the only one having a bad day, Scott. Here comes Bonhomme. They're having a good day so far. 1st and 10 from their 36. Receivers split each way. Pistol for the quarterback, Landon Schmidt. Fake to the man in motion. Schmidt through right guard. Room for him again. 40 and dives forward to his 45 for around 9. Baldwin finally was there to stop him, but this young man, Schmidt, a junior, he's 6'1", 180. Got good long strides and can see how he is their leading rusher. He gained 9 on that play, and he has 38 yards already on 4 carries. 2nd down and a yard for Bonhomme from their 45. From right to left, leading 6-0. 4 minutes left in the first quarter, and a lovely day at Ole Williamson Field. Pitch to the right, and this is Jackson Kaba at right guard, has the first down and a little more. He is near his own
with the carry, brought down by
48-yard line.
Play results in a first down for the Cavaliers.
Baldwin first in.
At their 48-yard line.
About a gain of 4, and Bonhomme moves the sticks again for their 5th first down already. Stanley County, as we mentioned, has gone 3 and out in their first 2 possessions. Mutter wide right and Homer wide to the left for Bonhomme on 1st and 10 from their 48 as the Cavaliers look for their first win. They're 0-3. And to up the middle, hard hit as Kaba was
carry, brought down by Shrake.
Absolutely smashed by Ryland Shrake, and one of the hardest hits we've seen this season. Kaba, a senior with a touchdown run this year. He's the 2nd leading rusher on this team. Boy, Ryland popped him there. Held him to 2. The ball is right on the midfield stripe, 2nd and 8 for Bonhomme. Their veteran head coach, Byron Pudwill. This program has been in existence since 1982. Pudwill's been there from the start. First for many years as an assistant, his 23rd season as the head coach. Here is a throw to the right, a little swing pass is one hopped for Easton Mutter and incomplete the first time that Bonhomme has put the ball in the air this afternoon, and Schmidt couldn't quite reach Mutter, and that'll make it 3rd down and 8 for Bonhomme at midfield with 2:56 in the first quarter. Russ Morrell was the head coach from the start of this program in 1982. Pudwill in his 23rd season, 111 and 104. 5 years ago, 9 AA champions, 11 and 1. 3rd and 8 for Bonhomme from midfield. 1 for 2 on 3rd down today. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Pistol formation as Schmidt throws to the left, and it's knocked down and incomplete and almost intercepted by Brock Zabe. He was going for Brandon Barish, but Brock Zabe was able to tip the ball away and nearly had another pick. Of course, Stanley County already has had 7 interceptions this season. So Bonhomme in punt formation on 4th and 8 in midfield. Landon Ulmer is their punter. He's averaged just under 30 yards a punt. He did have a 43-yarder a couple of weeks back against Viber Curley. The deep man, Brendan Bothwell, trying to kick it away from him. And, in fact, Ulmer on a couple of bounces it came to Bothwell. Did come to him, but he is brought down right away where he took it around the 8-yard line.
Bothwell with the return, brought down by Topol.
As Jace Topol was able to stop him immediately where he caught the ball. Stanley County backed up again. And they are back at their 8-yard line, 1st and 10. 2:42 remains first quarter. Bonhomme has the early lead in this game. It is 6-0. Stanley County has gone 3 and on the first 2 possessions, trying to run up the middle again, and maybe a couple to the 10, but not much more than that for
down by Saba and
Colton Brady, as they are getting Colton involved very early on. Gain of 2 for Colton to his 10, 2nd down and 8. But only 9 yards of offense so far on 5 rushes. 9 yards of rushing, 7 passing so far for Stanley County, who are 2nd and 8 from their 10. This time, Zabe under center again. Hands it to Brady at right guard. Forward to the 15. Not a bad gain there. Knee down and around the 16-yard line. Tackle was made by Landon Schmidt, but it's a 6-yard gain. Here comes another third down in their own end for Stanley County, though. They're 3rd and 2 from their 16. A minute 40 and a score in a 6-0 Bonhomme lead first quarter. Backfield lined up here behind Brock Zabe, who's under center, right hash, wide side left. And Zabe just turns it at right guard, moves forward, stretches that ball forward for the first down. They'll say the knees down right on where they need the mark. They'll give him the first down. It's at the 18-yard line. Jackson Call was able to bring Zabe in, but Brock, with the 2 yards that Stanley County needed, has their first down this afternoon. Now let's see where they can whether they can move the ball any further. 1st and 10 from their 18 with a minute 10 left, first quarter. 6-0 Bonhomme in front on a Landon Schmidt touchdown run, completing the visitors, the Cavaliers' first drive. Deal wide to the right. And a wing to the right, that's Brady. Bothwell, and they hand it to Brady up the middle out of that wing position, 20-yard line, but no more. They're really keen on Colton. They saw what he did.
With the carry,
well, they remember what he did last year. Lyndon Barish was able to stop him there just for a couple to the 20.
Gain of 3 on the play brings up second and
or make it to the 21, actually, and that'll make it 2nd down and 7. 31 seconds in the first quarter. Stanley County looks like they will run the ball or run the play one more time before this first quarter comes to an end. Schweitzer's on a wing to the right. Again, that backfield. They have Schrake in the backfield. Again, Cash Richardson out today. Hand it to Colton Brady around the left end. Ankle tackle forward to his 24, but good play by Jackson Saba to prevent that from going too much further on this final play of the first quarter. After one on the Wagner Auto scoreboard at Only Williamson Field, Bonhomme has a 6-0 lead over Stanley County. Wagner Auto, the one place to go. Coming up the second quarter in 1 minute on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Fall is going to be here next week, and it's time to start preparing. Make sure all your vehicles are ready to go, especially if you happen to be traveling. This week at Grosenberg Implement, get 8% off all booster cables. Make sure you have a pair for your tractor, truck, car, and John Deere Gator, just in case you need it. See their parts professionals this week at Grosenberg Implement and save 8% on all booster cables. Grosenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
So Stanley County with another third down here, 3rd and 6 from their 22 to start the second quarter. Bonhomme has a 6-0 lead. Bonhomme with 73 yards of first quarter offense, all on the ground. 28 yards for Stanley County. Landon Schmidt with the touchdown run, the Bonhomme quarterback, and he has 38 yards rushing. Brady, 6 carries, 18 yards for Stanley County. From right to left now, Stanley County's 3rd and 6 from their 22. They're 1 of 3 on third down. Ready to play. Snap is back to Zabe out of the shotgun formation. Protection's good. Throw right. Schweitzer caught at 25. First down. He's to his 30-32 and finally hauled down around right there. But Stanley County moves the sticks and a good
tackle. There is a flag
first play to start the second quarter. Let's see what the flag is for. Oh, it's a hold on Stanley County to wipe out a first down play. Well, the second penalty wipes out what otherwise would have been a good start to the second quarter for the Buffs. So instead of being at their 33, they're instead back at their 12. So instead of 1st and 10, now it's 3rd and 16. Second penalty on SC, and that's given them 10, and really in this case 20 more yards that they have to make up. Those hidden yards again. Deep in the backfield is Brady. 3rd and 16 from their own 12 for Stanley County. Sweep right to Colton Brady. One tackle broken, a second, but Brady's only forward the line of scrimmage, and maybe that's all.
Carry. Brought down by Guthmiller and others.
And the running game is having a hard time getting started, but credit this defense for it. Luke Guthmiller was in first on the play. No gain, in fact. It's 4th down and 16. Deal in punt formation for Stanley County. Oh, this one's off the side of his foot and went straight right out of bounds. Oh, boy, and it's going to be great field position for Bonhomme inside the 30. The official still walking it off.
Deal's punt goes out of bounds.
Ooh, it is going to
line.
be at the 17 yard line
there, 1st and 10.
of Stanley County, only a 5-yard punt. And great field position for Bonhomme, who leads 6-0. 10:52 left in the first half. They start in the red zone, do the Cavaliers. And a big chance for the visitors, who try to beat the bus for the 3rd year in a row to increase their lead. Omer is a wing to the right. And a pitch is right to Jackson Kaba, around right end of the 10, to the 5, fights through 2 defenders into the end zone. Touchdown, Bonhomme. What a run by Kaba. 2 men, one of them was Colda, trying to bring him down, just couldn't. And on one play, after the bad punt, Bonhomme increases it to a 12-0 lead. And this time, the offense will stay on the field since the conversion kick was missed the first time. They'll try to make it a 14-point lead. Oh, boy, the holding penalty and then the punt that went awry, and Bonhomme has jumped on it. Topol was wide to the left, a slot to the left, too, and that's the man they handed to, and that's Mutter. Cuts through right guard and works his way into the end zone for the 2-point run. And Stanley County's 14 points in the hole. Let's take a break. 10:43 first half. Bonhomme now leads Stanley County 14-0. Back in 1 minute on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life, with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Well, what was no doubt a frustrated Bonhomme team at 0-3 has looked sharp at the start and given Stanley County a couple of, so to speak, punches to the mouth. 14-0 Bonhomme. Early second quarter, a one-play drive on the run, a really good one by Jackson Kaba. Crownover's kick comes at his 20-yard line to Paxton Deal. Cuts right 25 at the numbers, his 30, forced out of bounds, but here comes a flag down at the end of the play.
There is a flag on the
Topol
play.
made the stop, and Deal is out of bounds at his 35, but that flag came out as the return was happening. And let's see what we're told here by the referee today, Joe Martin. A block in the back on Stanley County.
Against the Buffaloes.
So it'll be spotted from, marked off from the 30-yard line and set back from there. So a block in the back will send Stanley County
Back to their 20-yard line, and that's where they will begin. The rest of the officiating crew, by the way, Grant Darrow is the umpire. The headlines, Seacrest, the line judge, Jed Mazian, the back judge is Jordan Johnson. Stanley County now down 14-0 with 10:36 left in the first half. 1st and 10 from right to left at their 20. Fake the handoff, roll right. Zabe sends the pocket that way, but nobody's open. Cuts back left to the 25. Around the corner, 30. First down, outside the numbers, left side, 40. Midfield, 45-yard line of Bonhomme, and then knocked out of bounds by Evan Olber, but a big run by Zabe. Oh, just what Stanley County needed right there. They make it all the way. Zabe did to the 44-yard line of Bonhomme for a first down and a 36-yard run. Ooh, that's something the Buffs needed. They had only 28 yards on their first 12 snaps before that one. 1st and 10, Stanley County in Bonhomme territory at the 44. 10-18 first half, 14-0 Bonhomme. Under center is Zabe. Stretch handoff. No, it's a fake to Brady, and Zabe around right end. 40-yard line down to the 39. There's 5 more first down yards, and that's those first down carries are something that have been working so well through the first 3 games.
4 on the play.
Jackson Kaba made the stop, but that's a gain of 5 yards down to the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5. So Zabe has done the job here to put the Buffs from being backed up again after the penalty on special teams. Now they're at the Bonhomme 39 on 2nd and 5. To the line as they look at the 3-man front. Shrake is a wing to the right, wide out to the right. Deep in the backfield is Brady. Fake the handoff to him, little counter. It's to Barrett Schweitzer. And Barrett is up the middle to his 35-yard line, or to the Bonhomme 35, and down to about the 32. That's enough for a first down. The Buffs have shown now that Colton Brady can run, but Barrett Schweitzer has proven that he can run too when they need him to. When Brady was out, Schweitzer had the big game, of course, in the last home game here, that dramatic win over DeSmet. 1st and 10, Stanley County at the Bonhomme 32, down 14-0 to Bonhomme, 9:08 first half. Under center is Zabe. Deep man in the backfield. The pitch comes to that man. That's Brady. Tries to cut around the corner. 35-yard line. Oh, and doesn't make it past about the 34.
Brought down by Saba.
Boy, Saba on him there. Jackson Saba. Landon Schmidt, they are just spying, really, on Brady wherever he goes. That time, it's a loss of a couple back to the Bonhomme 34. 16 yards on 8 carries for Brady in his return. Had not played since that huge first half in the opener. 197 yards on the 3 scores at Sully Buttes before the sprained right shoulder. 2nd and 12, Bonhomme 34. Fake to Brady, going long down the middle and just out of the reach of Blaze Frost, and incomplete. It would have been 6 points as he had the defender beaten.
On the defense. Brings up 3rd down.
That was Landon Schmidt, but the ball was over everybody's head. Now Stanley County, they've got a feel here. 2 downs to make 12 yards. It's 3rd and 12 at the Bonhomme 34, and they send Paxton Deal to the right, Cuborn to the left, who has not made a catch this season. He had one last year. Bothwell, look out for him. Slot to the left, now he's in motion to the right. He handed to Brendan, but there isn't room around the right side as he's chased down from behind by Jackson. Call for a loss back into the 37.
The carry brought down by Mutter and Call.
Yeah, Bonhomme is reading that sweep play. The loss is indeed back to the 37-yard line for a loss of 3 of Bonhomme, and that'll make it 4th down and 15. But Stanley County certainly here will keep the offense on the field. 7:50 in the first half. Big play here for Stanley County, trailing in this game to Bonhomme 14-0. Deal is wide to the left and wide to the right, too. Split backfield. They send a man in motion. That's Bothwell. Double reverse. They send it to Deal, and Paxton throws it to the right. He was going for Zabe, but he overthrew him by 10 yards. Double reverse in the pass. Deal wanted to find Zabe, but overthrew him. One from deep in the Stanley County playbook, but it did not work. And Bonhomme will take over at their 37 with 7:31 left in the first half. 14-0 Bonhomme. Don't forget on River 92.7 this evening, Stanley, Pierre Governor football, going for a 4-0 start. Big game against a 3-0 Yankton team. Should be a good one. 6:25 tonight on River 92.7. Bonhomme
Buffaloes
ready to go, but Stanley County wants an Agtegra timeout. That's their second one of the half, so we'll take it too. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Bonhomme 14, Stanley County nothing. 7:31 left in the first half at Ole Williamson Field. Back in 30 seconds on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore, Miller, and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore, Miller, and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Bonhomme will have it back with a 14-0 lead. As we told you, they're 0-3. They've been in every one of their games. Lost 18-6 to Kimball White Lake in Kimball in their opener. Lost 28-14 to Elkton Lake Benton. And they were in until that pick six beat them last week in their home opener against Viborg Hurley. But they're ahead 14-0 today over Stanley County here in Fort Pierre. 7:31 in the first half. They're 1st and 10. Bonhomme from their 37. Handed off to Kamba. Cuts right, no room there. Cuts back left, and is forward to around his 39.
Down by Kolda and Frost.
As in first on the play was, here he is again. Mr. Kolda. Chase is having a great start to his season. Blaze Frost helped out too. They'll give him 2 to his 39. And it's 2nd down and 8. Bonhomme leading 14-0. 6:55 in the first half. Landon Schmidt in the pistol. Fakes the handoff to Kaba, runs up the middle. 45, midfield, pushes a tackler off and is down to the Stanley County 46 for a first down.
With the carry.
Frost finally
brought
him down by the ankles, but not until Schmidt made the 47-yard line of Stanley County for a 14-yard gain and a first down. Schmidt's up to 52 yards now on 5 carries. And there's nothing at all fancy about this offense, as we've seen the last couple of years. They've depended on their running game mostly. 16 snaps today, 14 on the ground. 1st and 10, Bonhomme, Stanley County's 47-yard line. Wideouts either way. Schmidt in the pistol. Sends Ulmer in motion and hands it off to him. Sweep, he's back at midfield, cuts at the 45. Zabe got a hit on him. He still went forward. Now he's in all sorts of purple and brings the tackle, or brings the pile forward to the 40-yard line. A tough run by Ulmer, and the last 2 yards of it were with 4 Buffaloes all over him, including Noah Baldwin. But that's 7 yards, the last 2 of which were really tough. 2nd and 3 for Bonhomme at the Stanley County 40. 2 receivers left, man in motion, pistol, handed to Cobb up the middle, 40, first down, 35, a lot of room, just runs over a man, 30 down to the 26. And down there by Landon Bame, which was who Cobb ran over right away, but
Cavaliers at the Buffalo 27.
Kaba has it all the way to the 20, call it the 26 for a gain of 14. Kaba now with 44 yards and 7 carries, and Bonhomme's racked up 127 yards on the ground in this first half. 1st and 10, 26 of Stanley County. 5:35 in the half. Bonhomme with the ball in a 14-0 lead. And now the Cavaliers are going to take their first Agtegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. 5:34 in the first half at Ole Williamson Field. Bonhomme driving again as they lead Stanley County 14-0. Back in 30 seconds on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
Home marching again. They've had all of their 127 yards of offense on the ground in this first half. Stanley County 71 yards of offense. Bonhomme just picked up their 8th first down. They have 8 to Stanley County's 3, and they're 1st and 10. Ball is in between the 27 and 26 of Stanley County, so call it the 26-yard line. Topol was wide to the left, wide to the right is Mutter. The wide sides to the left. They line up at the right hash. Pistol formation for the junior quarterback, Landon Schmidt. Man in motion, fake to him. Schmidt through right end, 25, 20, and inside the 20-yard line, finally brought in by Bain. But Schmidt continuing his good day running the ball. They'll spot that at the 17. That's 9 yards. They only need about a half yard for the first down. And Schmidt just keeps running it well. 61 yards now for him on 6 carries. 5:07 in the first half. Bonhomme from left to right at the Stanley County 17, second down, less than a yard. Topol a wide man again to the left and Mutter to the right. Wide side again to the left. Mutter in motion. Handed to him on the sweep. Once a block and is upended. Fell forward, but
Mutter with the carry,
he's going to have that
up by Shrake.
first down inside the 15-yard line.
Cavaliers at the Buffalo 15.
Ryland Shrake was able to stop him. But the ball right on the 15-yard line of Stanley County for first down number 9 for Bonhomme. Clock runs 4:40 in the first half. 14-0 Bonhomme. They've had touchdown runs from Landon Schmidt and Jackson Kaba. And they're 1st and 10 at the Stanley County 15. Same formation from the right hash. Mutter wide to the right. Topol wide on the wide side to the left. Kaba in the backfield beside Schmidt, who's in the pistol. And then hand to Kaba, right guard, 14-13. Keeps fighting forward. Maybe the 12.
Saba with the carry,
wrapped up
by Rogo.
By Hayden Rogo. But still, it's a gain of 3. And Stanley County, with this defense being tested against, and we've known this, we've seen this the last couple of years, Bonhomme is a physical team. They are not going to give up very easily when they're running the ball. Major Arstad, a freshman, brings in the play and lines up as a tight end. 2 receivers to the left. And it's second down and 7 at the Stanley County 12. Schmidt cuts right now back up left. He's inside the 10-yard line and then brought in around
the carry, brought down by Baldwin.
9 is Noah Baldwin. Stopped him. Not the 9, but in fact all the way forward to the 6. For 6 more yards. Schmidt now up to 67, and it's third down and short again for Bonhomme. Third down and a yard at the Stanley County 6, up 14-0, 3:10 first half. Wideouts each way. Again, they line up at the right hash. Nothing fancy about what this team does, and Schmidt just goes over his center, Jacob Kuka, and through right guard is inside the 5
brought down by Cantu and
for a first down and goal.
Play results in another first down for the Cavaliers. First and goal.
It's run on the 3-yard line for a gain of 3 more, and Bonhomme 3 yards, 9 feet away from extending it to a 3-score lead. 3:01 in the first half. Clock stopped for a moment. Now they'll wind it again as the ball is set and ready for play. First and goal at the 3-yard line of Stanley County for Bonhomme, already up 14-0. Pistol again for Schmidt. They run out of this formation most of the time. And Coach Nobe at Stanley County taking their last Actegra timeout of this first half. So we'll take it too. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Actegra cooperative today. Bonhomme leading Stanley County 14-0 and 3 yards away from increasing the lead. 2:48 left in the first half, and we're back in 30 seconds on KGFX.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Bonhome's had the ball here nearly 5 minutes. And now they're first and goal at the Stanley County 3-yard line. This drive started back at their 37-yard line. That's all the timeouts for Stanley County. Bonhomme still has 2. First and goal, Bonhomme at the end to our right, the north end here at Ole Williamson Field on a lovely Friday afternoon. Temperature in the mid-70s, a little bit of wind, but not a lot. Now, Bonhome's going to take an Agtegra timeout before this play begins. We'll keep it here for this one. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. So Bonhomme is now down to 1 timeout remaining. And while we have a moment, let's remind you that tomorrow there'll be plenty of volleyball just across the way from us at Parkview Auditorium as the Big Dakota Conference Volleyball Tournament will be there. And our first edition of Buffalo Volleyball here on KGFX comes on Thursday evening from Gettysburg as the Buffs will take on the Potter County Battlers around 7:15 that evening. TJ Dragis's team off to a good start, 5-3 in her first season as head coach. Next Friday night, remember, it's to White River for Buffalo football. Will be on the air at 6:30 as the Buffs will play those Tigers. And don't forget, you're saying, what are we doing with football in the afternoon? What are we going to do tonight here on KGFX? Don't worry, we have Twins baseball for you on KGFX at 6 o'clock from Chicago as the Twins meet the White Sox and try to whittle that magic number down a little more. It's now 8 to clinch the American League Central. Back to play after the Bonhomme timeout with 2:48 left in the first half. They're up 14-0 in their first and goal at the Stanley County 3. Schmidt out of the pistol, takes it himself, just swims his way off a tackle and is into the end zone for his second touchdown run of the day. And it's a 3-score lead for Bonhomme, and that's the other thing, and credit to Bonhomme for the way they played, but there have been some tackles broken today, too, on Stanley County's part. And Landon Schmidt is now up to 73 yards on 9 carries. Well, he came in as their leading rusher with 189 yards in the first 3. Isaiah Crownover will try the extra point. He missed his first time. Easton Mutter is the holder. Jace Topol will snap it back to him. They run the swinging gate from left to right as they try to make it 21-0. Snap good this time. The hole good. Kick a little low, but it's right down the middle, and let's take a break. 2:43 left in the first half. A first half that Bonhomme is controlling. They lead Stanley County 21-0. Back with a kickoff in 1 minute on 1060. 103.1 KGFX.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
For over 130 years, Bank West has earned long-term customer relationships by continually adapting to current customer needs while never losing touch with its South Dakota roots. With all our branches and our corporate offices firmly rooted in South Dakota, you can count on Bank West for solutions and service backed by hometown values. We've been there and we'll be there. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Learn more at bankwest-sd.bank. Member FDIC.
Coming in, but they've been sharp today, leading 21-0, 2:43 left in the first half over Stanley County. And the Cavaliers' Isaiah Crownover from left to right kicks off. And it's taken at his 16 by Brendan Bothwell, right to the 20. 25 outside the numbers, left sideline 30, 40, and forced out of bounds, but a good run back for Brendan.
Bothwell
He's near
forced out of bounds by Crownover.
His 45-yard line, and it was the
at their 46-yard line.
Kicker Crownover that finally had to cut the angle off and force him out of bounds, but it was a 30-yard return for Brendan, who averaged nearly 20 coming in. So let's see what Stanley County can do with this field position. Not bad. They have 2:37. Remember, they don't have any timeouts, and they're down 21-0. First and 10 at their 46. From right to left, Bothwell sent in motion by Brock Zabe, who fakes it to him, runs up the middle. 50-47. Good ankle tackle, but a good gain, too. It was Schmidt who brought him down. Zabe, however, with the good gain to the 47-yard line of Bonhomme for 7. 2:18 in the half. And Stanley County would just like to have a score here. Down 21-0. It would give them something positive to go into the halftime locker room for a first half, which Bonhomme has clearly been the better team. They've earned this lead. Snap back to Zabe. Moves the pocket to the right. Throws to the right. Did it one-hop Schweitzer? No, they say that Barrett caught it. Bonhomme says it wasn't a catch, but the officials say it was. And the Bonhomme fans you may be able to hear didn't think it was a catch, but they give it to Barrett Schweitzer, who rolled over with it at the 41. That was awfully tight. Stanley County may have gotten a break there, but they have their 4th first down. First and 10 at the Bonhomme 41. 1:49, clock runs. Zabe under center. Stretch hand off Brady. At left guard, 40-yard line. Takes a hit down near the 37.
Brady with the carry, brought down by Saba.
Net hit on by Saba and by Arstad as well, but a 5-yard gain for Colton.
Second down for the Buffaloes.
1:28 in the half. Second down, they need 5 at the Bonhomme 36. Again, the Buffs have used all their timeouts, down to 1:20. Deal wide to the right. That's the wide side. Bothwell wide left, Cuborna slot left. On second down and 5. The snap's back to Zabe. Fakes the run up the middle, throws to the right to a wide open deal. 28-25, down at the 20-yard line for a first down of Bonhomme. Well, that was a good fake there. Over there was Topol to stop him. They'll stop him at the 22 for 14. They'll stop
First and 10 at the Cavalier 22-yard line.
things for a moment, but that clock keeps running, with 1 minute left in the first half. And remember, Stanley County can't stop it, so they've got to keep moving here. They're first and 10 at the Bonhomme 22, down to 53 seconds. Snap is back to Zabe. Brock with a throw left, and not being able to hang on is Bothwell because of good coverage by Major Arstad. Arstad really knocked the ball away from Brendan. That will stop the clock with 47 seconds to go in the first half. 4 out of 7 throwing for Zabe, 27 yards. Second down and 10 at the Bonhomme 22. Stanley County down 21-0. 2 receivers left. Zabe throws to the right, trying to angle it away where no one else but Deal can catch it, but it's too wide for him and incomplete. And the coverage was good there, too, by Easton Mutter.
Third down for the Buffaloes.
So now Stanley County faces 3rd and 10 at the Bonhomme 22 with 42 seconds left in this first half, with Bonhomme leading 21-0. As we say, they have earned every bit of this lead. So will they go to the air again? You would think so. Remember, no timeouts left for Stanley County. But Zabe has had plenty of time every time he's had to throw the ball today. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Snap is back to Zabe. Here comes some pressure. So a little shovel pass forward to Brady. Caught it, and he is down to the 15-yard line and down near that first down. That was a little push pass
out of bounds by Ulmer.
Ahead for Brady, and he got out of bounds too. The stop made by Ulmer, and it's right on the line to gain. They needed the 12. He gained the 12. So 4 fresh downs for Stanley County and 35 seconds remaining. First and 10 at the Bonhomme 12. It's Bonhomme up 21-0 against Stanley County. No timeouts. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left in the spread look. Snap is back to Zabe. He's under some pressure. Rolls to the right. Throws it on a short pass. Caught here by Schweitzer. But he's in bounds. Again, that clock not being able to be stopped. They only gained about 5 there to the 7. And it'll be second down and 5 from there. 12 seconds, 11. Clock runs. Zabe right up the middle, and nothing doing. And Stanley County's not going to be able to stop it, and that's going to end this first half. They didn't put the ball in the air. Zabe thought he saw some room up the middle, got stopped immediately, and we have reached halftime. First half that was just controlled in every sense by the Homme Cavaliers. Frustrated coming in with an 0-3 start. Turnovers have plagued them. They didn't have any in the first half. They looked very sharp, and our halftime score on the Wagner Auto scoreboard is the Homme Cavaliers 21, the Stanley County Buffaloes nothing. Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer. They've been in the capital city since 1907. Stay tuned for the CHS River Plains halftime report. We'll look at the first half numbers and we'll preview the other action involving Central South Dakota High School football teams this evening. At Ole Williamson Field again at the half. It's Homme 21, Stanley County nothing. And our halftime report gets underway in 3 minutes at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app and on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Didn't turn the ball over as it's been a problem for them in their first three, but not today. Stanley County, at times the offense was going, but overall, Homme had control in the first half, and they have a 21-0 lead over Stanley County at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. This is the CHS River Plains Halftime Report. I'm David Burrow, Chuck Hansen, our studio coordinator. Thank you for being with us. Remember, watch this game at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app. Ryan Menning handles the video. And remember, too, that in our Family Dental Appear in Gettysburg postgame, we will name our Bauman Lumber player of the game. Stanley County won the toss and wanted the football first, but they went 3 and out. And Homme then had a drive of nearly 4 minutes to take the lead. In fact, in the very first play they had from scrimmage, Landon Schmidt, their quarterback ran for 22 yards. Another 15-yard run by Evan Ulmer right after an offside penalty gave the Cavaliers a first down. And then the drive ended with a Schmidt 7-yard touchdown run with 6:15 left in the first quarter. Extra point missed, but Bonhomme led 7-0. And Stanley County went 3 and out again on their second possession. And Bonhomme, not able to do anything with it that time, they punted. Stanley County finally did have a first down the third time they had the ball, but a holding penalty wiped out a first down run, and Stanley County had to punt again. Early in the second quarter,
Shannon Schweitzer's birthday today.
Bonhomme took advantage of a bad punt from Paxton Deal, only 5 yards. They got to start in the Stanley County red zone at the 17, and Jackson Saba on only one play ran it in. 2-point run by Easton Mutter, and Bonhomme's lead was 14-0 with 10:43 left in the first half. Brock Zabe on the next possession for Stanley County, a 36-yard run on the first play. Another first down, but basically the drive stalled after that. And on a fourth down play at the Bonhomme 37, an incomplete pass gave it back to the Cavaliers, and then they had a 10-play drive taking up nearly the next 5 minutes. First down run for Schmidt, first down run for Saba, and the drive ended with Schmidt's second touchdown run from 3 yards out, and the extra point made it 21-0 Bonhomme. Stanley County's last possession, Zabe with a couple of touchdown runs, in fact 3. They made it all the way to the Bonhomme 7-yard line, but they were working without timeouts. They had a completion to Colton Brady for 10 yards to the Bonhomme 12 in the last minute and a half, and an incompletion, and then Zabe tried to run it up the middle in the last play of the half and was stopped with 5 seconds left, and the time ran out, and Bonhomme completed a very good first half as they lead Stanley County 21-0. They have the yardage advantage, Bonhomme does, 153 to Stanley County's 119, all 153 yards for the Cavaliers on the ground. Stanley County with 82 yards rushing and 37 passing. 10 first downs for Bonhomme. Stanley County ended up with 6. Quarterback Landon Schmidt led Bonhomme in rushing. Their leading rusher coming in. He had 73 yards and 9 carries in the first half. In fact, not a single tackle for loss so far for Stanley County in this game. Jackson Saba, 47 yards and 8 carries. Evan Olber, 26 yards on 3 carries. Schmidt 0 for 2 passing. Stanley County, Zabe had 52 yards on 6 carries. Colton Brady, 9 carries, but Bonhomme really keyed on him from the start. Brady held to 21 yards. Barrett Schweitzer, 2 carries for 12 yards. Brock Zabe, 5 for 8 passing for 37 yards. Tried one play, Paxton Deal trying to throw it to Zabe on a fourth down play, but it was incomplete. Barrett Schweitzer with 2 catches for 13. Colton Brady, 2 for 10. Paxton Deal, 1 for 14. Stanley County had the advantage in time of possession of the first half, 13 minutes and 18 seconds to Bonhomme's 10:42. Stanley County 2 of 6 on third down. Bonhomme 2 of 4. Stanley County 0 for 1 on fourth down. And Bonhomme will have the ball, remember, to start the second half. So they'll try to run down that clock even further as they already have a 21-0 lead over Stanley County. And again, the key for Bonhomme, limit the mistakes. They haven't had any. Run the ball well. They've certainly done that. Again, this is a team they feel could just as easily be 2-1 as they are 0-3. They've been really in all 3 losses that they've had so far, but they've jumped out to the big advantage this afternoon.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, 1060 KTFX Pier. Rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM, Fort Pierre. Stay alive, don't text and drive.
It's mid-afternoon, so there's no other action underway yet involving Central South Dakota schools, but here's what's ahead tonight. Pierre Governors and 11AA, all big game. This one's in Yankton against the Bucks, and there have been great meetings between these teams recently, but Pierre's really had the advantage recently with 4 straight wins, including in the 11AA semifinal last year over at Hollister Field at Phil Tronder Stadium, 59-31. In fact, the Governors scored over 50 twice on Yankton a year ago. But they're expecting a tough game from the Bucks tonight, who, like the Governors, are 3-0. 6:25 tonight. Brian Oakland and Sean Lewis there on the official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7. Chamberlain in 11A picked up their first win of the year last week. They play tonight on the road in Belle Fourche against the Bronx. Darren Boyle will have that game. 94.5, 100.5 KPLO, 6:30. 11B, Miller Highmore Herald is looking for a third win in a row tonight. But a tough opponent comes in, Woonsocket Wessington Spring Sanborn Central, who's unbeaten at 3-0, and they come into Bob Schroeder Field in Miller for a game tonight. Top-ranked winner on the road tomorrow. They'll head out to Deadwood to meet the Lee Deadwood Diggers. Winner at 4-0. They've averaged over 44 points in their last 3 games after that tough one in their opener. Mobridge Pollock looks for a third straight win, but a good Aberdeen Roncalli team comes to Mobridge tonight. Of course, Aberdeen Roncalli knocked out the Tigers in the first round of the 11B playoffs a year ago. That's at 6:30 this evening, Star 99 in Mobridge. 9AA, White River. Well, that's where Stanley County goes next week. Tigers now 3-1 after the overtime loss at home to Lyman last Friday. Tigers go to Wall tonight to take on the 5th-ranked defending state champion Eagles. Platte Geddes looks for a third straight win tonight. They'll play at Viborg Hurley. Promise of a good game there. Of course, Viborg Hurley just knocked off this Bonholm team last Friday. Kimball Whitelake tries to break a 2-game losing streak. They'll go to Gettysburg and take on a Potter County team that has lost 2 in a row. 9A, Lyman at 4-0 after that win over White River has this as their bye week. They'll host Wall next Friday. Phillip is 3-0. They're looking for a first 4-0 start in 3 years. They'll host Dupree tonight in Phillip. Phillip ranked 5th in 9A. Jones County hosting Timberlake tonight in Murdo. Coyotes at 1-3, Panthers 2-2. Sully Buttes will host Colombe in Oneida tonight in 9B action for Sully Buttes anyway. 1-3 are the Chargers. Cadoc area is in their bye week. They'll play at Jones County next Friday. Cougars still looking for their first win. They're 0-4. Sunshine Bible Academy will play tomorrow. And Great Plains Lutheran. All Nations play last night. Lower Brule over McLaughlin, 54-16. The defending champions Sioux are now 2-1. Crow Creek with their first win, 56-8. The Chieftains defeated Flandreau Indian. So as we mentioned, we told you about the football tonight. Don't forget there's volleyball tomorrow on River 92.7. 2 o'clock is the airtime from the Riggs High Gym as the Governors will take on the Lincoln Patriots. And then after that, the Governors won't play another match for 10 days. And a reminder, with football being this afternoon, we will have Minnesota Twins baseball here on KGFX this evening from Chicago. Bailey Obert back up from AAA to start. Twins with an 8-game lead over Cleveland in the American League Central, and the magic number is down to 8 for the Twins to clinch the Central title. 6 o'clock tonight with Chris Atterbury and Dan Gladden here on KGFX from Chicago against a White Sox team that has seen its season gone to you-know-where in a hurry. They've lost 91 games. 5:30 tomorrow for the third game of that series. 12 noon on Sunday with Inside Twins. And then it's to Cincinnati Monday through Wednesday. That's the only series the Twins have left in the regular season against a team with a winning record. 5 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday and 11 a.m. on Wednesday. Then it's back home for the Twins next weekend. And then there are the Vikings. Well, you talk about turnovers, and here's a Vikings team who lost in Philadelphia last night. Still had a chance, fell 34-28 despite losing 4 more fumbles. They've lost 6 in their first 2 games. Their next action is at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis a week from Sunday. That's September 24th against the Los Angeles Chargers, about whom Brian Menning remains very hopeful, and they're not bad. Minnesota just needs to get things together and hang on to the doggone ball. Kevin O'Connell and the others are saying. But anyway, that's September 24th, 11 a.m., 94.5, 100.5 KPLO and 100.7 KML. How in the world did Brian Menning get to be a Charger fan? I've asked him that before, and he's probably told me that, as usual, I have forgotten. The teams are back on the field to warm up for the start of the second half. Some fun here earlier. The Stanley County members of the class of 1973 were paraded around on the cinder track here in the fire engine. Fun for those folks. A 50-year reunion. Yeah. I'm a year away from my 40th. I really don't want to think about that. Stanley County sports coming up. And the next action for cross country after they ran yesterday at the Big Dakota event will be next Friday. That'll be in Rapid City. Remember, you can see volleyball at Parkview Auditorium tomorrow as Stanley County will host the Big Dakota Conference volleyball tournament. And, in fact, we'll have Buffalo Volleyball here on KGFX from Gettysburg on Thursday evening when Stanley County meets Potter County. We'll have that at around 7:15 on Thursday and see it at the KGFX page. And again, next Friday night, Stanley County football to White River to take on the Tigers. It is 6:30 next Friday night for the Buffs and the Tigers here on KGFX. That's our CHS River Point's halftime report with the second half just about to start. And Bonhomme will have the ball, and they already have a big lead, 21-0, as they are on top of Stanley County. Second half comes your way in 3 minutes on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union. That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today.
Ready for the second half kickoff on Ole Williamson Field. And remember, Bonhomme has the football, or will receive the second half kickoff, at least leading Stanley County 21-0. Dakota Martin Fort Pierre brings you the second half kickoff. It's the Aaron Cantu, the deep men, Evan Ulmer and Jackson Saba, standing back at around their 13. This one's going to come to Saba, and he's up to his 20. Fakes the reverse, cuts right 25, 30, 35-yard line, right numbers 40, and he is past midfield. Saba faked that reverse.
Saba with the carry brought down by Ludovan.
And brought it all the way into
Cavaliers start first and 10 at the Stanley County 49
Stanley County territory at the 49-yard line. A very good return right there. Coy Ludeman made the stop for the Buffs. But Bonhomme already with a 21-0 lead, and they start in Stanley County territory at the 49. Wing left, receiver right, 1st and 10 for Bonhomme. Schmidt out of the pistol, handed to the man in motion. That's Mutter. Cuts left, 47, 45-yard line. Good open field tackle by Barrett Schweitzer to stop Mutter's sweep and hold him to 4 yards. And it's 2nd down and 6 for Bonhomme. Again, all of their offense so far in this game on the ground, 157 yards. They'd averaged only 123 yards running the ball on their first 3 games coming in. But again, the turnovers had hurt them, and they haven't had any today. Receiver either side. Schmidt fakes the handoff. Right guard, 45, 42. He got smashed by Kolda.
Schmidt with the carry.
Good hard hit by Chase. Wonder how much self-motivation was going on with Stanley County at the half. Gain to the 30, to the 41 for 4 more. 3rd down and 2 for Bonhomme, who went 2 out of 4 on 3rd down in the first half. Just underway 3rd quarter. Bonhomme from right to left in their white uniforms, red numerals, powder blue trim, red helmets with the powder blue and white calves on the helmet, and Stanley County comes across the line of scrimmage. Kolda was nearly into the backfield, and he was not drawn.
Play will result in a 1st down.
And Stanley County picks up their 4th penalty of the day, and for the 2nd time gives Bonhomme a 1st down. 4 penalties, 30 yards. Bonhomme has not been penalized yet. 1st and 10, Stanley County 36. Just over a minute and a half in the 3rd quarter. Bonhomme with the ball in a 21-0 lead on Ole Williamson Field. From right to left, and whistles blow, and, did I put the whammy on him? Yes, I did. There's a false start on Bonhomme. The words had just gotten out of my mouth that they had a penalty today. Now they have 1. And they're back 5 with a false start to their 41, to the Stanley County 41, that is, where it'll be 1st and 15. Yeah, this is a team, you can imagine Byron Pudwell's worked this team pretty hard this week. Well, it's showing. They have been extremely physical today. They're 1st and 15 here at Stanley County's 41 with a double wing to the right. Pitch to the right to Saba, 40, 35, just works his way forward to the 33-yard line of Stanley County. And again, it takes a couple of Buffaloes to bring Jackson in, and those two are Aaron Cantu and Noah Baldwin. In fact, spotted at the 32. It's a 9-yard gain. And 2nd down and 6 for Bonhomme at Stanley County's 32. 9:30, 3rd quarter, 21-0 Bonhomme. And driving with the first possession of the 2nd half. 2 receivers to the left. Snap to the quarterback, Landon Schmidt, around right end, 40, 35. 1st down. He is inside the 30-yard line.
With the carry, forced out of bounds by Bain.
The 25.
Results in a 1st down
spotted
for the Cavaliers.
At around the 24-yard line. That'll be a 1st down after another good gain. 8 yards by Schmidt gives him 85 now on 11 carries. They haven't done it with big plays. Their longest so far at 22, but they are methodically moving the ball. At the Stanley County 24, Bonhomme's 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left. Mutter's the man in motion to the right. Fake the handoff to him. Now a toss back for Saba. Nearly lost it. Ooh, he is able to fall on it. Brock Zabe was close to that ball. A very late back pitch by Schmidt. Went through the hands of Saba, but Jackson was able to fall back on it. Officially a loss of a yard. Back to the 25-yard line, where it will be 2nd down and 11. A little fortunate for Bonhomme that the Cavs still have the ball here. Receiver each way. Topol's the man in motion. Handed to Saba again across the 25. Hand on his hips immediately by Noah Baldwin. Held him to about 2. To the 23. Good play by Baldwin. That'll make it 3rd down and 9 for Bonhomme. Again, still 2 of 4 on 3rd down. Remember, they were given a 1st down on a false start penalty earlier. But this time, Bonhomme faces 3rd and 9. Nearly 4 minutes into the 3rd quarter. At the Stanley County 23, Bonhomme 3rd and 9 as they lead 21-0. Wide left, Ulmer. Slot left, Mutter. Wing left, Landon Barris. Now he shifts to the wing to the right. Saba beside Schmidt, who's in the pistol. That wing shifts to the left again, and the snap is back to Schmidt. Looks for someone open. No one is, and Schmidt wrapped up here and brought down.
Schmidt with the carry.
For a little bit of a loss. There, Schweitzer made the stop. Let's see where they spot it. They'll actually give him no gain. So it is not a sack, but it's a good play still by Schweitzer at the 23-yard line of Stanley County. And Bonhomme will go for it here on 4th and 9. But even if they don't score, they will have taken time off the clock. They have eaten up nearly the first 5 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Remember that Stanley County had the ball for the first 6 minutes a couple of weeks ago in the 3rd quarter in Dupree. 4th and 9, Bonhomme, Stanley County's 23. Looking at a 3-man front with 2 receivers to the left. Landon Schmidt out of the pistol. Snap back, good protection, throws left. It is intercepted. Either way, it was going to be Buff's ball, but it is an interception by Paxton Deal. And Stanley County is interception number 8 for the season.
Stanley County takes over 1st and 10
and Deal
9-yard line.
Has it back at his 9-yard line, and with 6:58 left in the 3rd quarter, Stanley County has it for the first time in this second half. They trail 21-0. Again, Bonhomme was able to take up 5 minutes. Buffs have to move the ball now. They're from left to right. Under center, Brock Zabe. Handoff, Brady at right guard. Oh, he slipped. Just a couple of yards to the 11. Trying to get ahead of steam forward and slipped. Jackson Cole and Peyton Nielsen finished the play off. Oh, but man, Brady might have had 6 or 7. Instead, he's held to 2. 2nd and 8, Stanley County from their 11. Wing to the right, Schrake. Slot to the right is Schweitzer. And on a little counter play, handed to Schweitzer. Room up the middle, 15 down to the 17. Good little counter play, and Schweitzer was able to take advantage of that.
Down by Mutter and others.
Easton Mutter, Jackson Cole stopped him. But for SC, it's ahead to their 17. Setting up 3rd down and a couple. 2 of 6 on 3rd down. They need everyone now. 5:55 in the 3rd. Stanley County trailing Bonhomme 21-0. From their 17, it's 3rd and 2. A pitch to the left to Brady, trying to turn that right corner, and he isn't going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. A couple of Cavaliers plopped on him.
Brought down by Saba.
That sweep play has worked so well in the first 3 weeks, but it's been read just about every time today. No gain. Jackson Saba. Evan Ulmer made the stop. Punt formation here for Paxton Deal. Ulmer standing in midfield. Field position should be good here. Oh, another one off the top of his foot. He'll get a little bit of a roll, but it's only to the Stanley County 43, where it'll be down to 26-yard punt. Deal's had a tough time on a couple of them today.
Cavaliers will take over 1st and 10.
And in Stanley County territory, Bonhomme will take over at the 43 with 5:12 left. 3rd quarter, and Bonhomme leading by a score of 21-0. Their quarterback, Landon Schmidt, has had 2 touchdown runs, and Jackson Saba has had 1. And Bonhomme, who just ate up a little over 5 minutes, has 5:12 left in the 3rd here. They've only put the ball in the air twice today. Their other 29 plays on the ground make it 30 as Schmidt cuts through right guard. He is to the 40-yard line of Stanley County, and down to about the 38. They will give him 5.
Schmidt with the carry, tripped up by Schweitzer.
Garrett Schweitzer in on the play, but Landon Schmidt has been very steady today. He's at 90 yards rushing now. 2nd and 5. Another good first down run here for Bonhomme. They're at the Stanley County 38. Well, I think we all figured it was a surprise that this team was 0-3. They're playing a lot better than an 0-3 team would play. Again, they feel they could be at least 2-1. Handoff to Saba. And Jackson around right end 35 might have that first down at the 33 of Stanley County. Bain was in on the end of the play.
Carry brought down by Zabe and others.
Brock Zabe joining in 2. They're going to spot it just a little bit short. About a half yard short. So it's 3rd down, only about a half yard, but Bonhomme and that line's been firing out. And they have a little bit more size there. They're not huge, but they've been doing the job today. And Schmidt just follows Kuka up the middle, and he's all the way to the 30, and that's enough for a first down. Maybe to the 29 is where they'll give Schmidt the forward progress. And that's the case.
Schmidt with the carry brought down by Frost.
Well, Frost stopped him, but it was a
first down for the Cavaliers.
5-yard gain to the 29-yard line of Stanley County. And Bonhomme moves the sticks for the 13th time today for a first down. 3:40 in the 3rd. Bonhomme up 21-0. And they're 1st and 10 at Stanley County's 29. And the Cavaliers, well in control of this game, could about put it away if they score here. Man in motion, that's Mutter, and someone may have come forward. Bonhomme's going to be called for just their 2nd penalty on a false start. So it'll be 1st and 15. Next Friday night, Stanley County heads to White River to take the tie on the Tigers. Nick Marshall, by the way, is playing football for the first time for White River. He is their quarterback. Should be a fun one in White River next Friday. We'll have it for you on KGFX at 6:30. Don't forget, tonight, 6 o'clock, Twins baseball from Chicago against the White Sox. 1st and 15, Bonhomme at Stanley County's 34. Clock runs 3:05 in the 3rd. Bonhomme with the ball and a 21-0 lead. 2 receivers to the right. Schmidt's in the pistol. Sends a man in motion, fakes it to him, and runs up the middle, but is wrapped up right away across to around the 33. And
wrapped up by Breitag and others.
It was Tegan Breitag who made some plays at the end of the game in Dupree. Schmidt to a yard there. But Bonhomme won't mind too much because that clock just keeps running. 2:25 in the 3rd. 2nd and 14 at Stanley County's 33-yard line. Man in motion, that's Barsh. And takes the sweep around right end. 30, tackle broken near the 25-yard line. So some more of that yardage gained back. They gained all of what they were marked off on the penalty there. Forced out of bounds. Barish was by Chase Kolda. But that gain is right to the 25-yard line of Stanley County, where it's 3rd and around 6. And again, here is Bonhomme. Had a 5-minute drive in the first possession in this 3rd quarter. Now they've had the ball just about 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes here. 3 of 6 on 3rd down, and 3rd and 6 at the Stanley County 25. 2 receivers to the right. Shotgun for the junior quarterback, Schmidt. And Mutter in motion. Handoff Saba up the middle. 20. Yeah, he has that first down. He's the 19, and that's where he's brought in.
With the carry brought down by Kolda.
Kolda's there to stop Jackson, but Jackson's having another good day running the ball. And has the first down at the Stanley County 19. He's up to 67 yards on 13 carries. Schmidt now has 96 yards on 15 carries. 1st and 10, Bonhomme. Stanley County 19, already up 21-0. 1:33 left 3rd quarter, moving from right to left. And under center, Schmidt just trying to back his way for yardage. Oh, big wall there. The best job that the Buffs have done all day in stuffing the middle. And lost the ball, and Stanley County has it. They're saying that was 4th down. That's that's just not correct. But anyway, it's Stanley County's football. That was not a fourth down. All right. Here is the handoff to Brady. Let's see what Stanley County can do out of this. And Brady
with the carry, brought down by Saba.
Carries it close to the first down yardage. 9 good yards for Colton right there. Down to a minute left in the third. Stanley County's got to score about every time they have the ball now. They're down by a score of 21-0 to Bonhomme. They're second down and a yard from their 28. From left to right, fake the handoff. Zabe rolls the pocket right. Protection again very good, but no one is open, and Zabe just has to carry forward, and he does for the first down across the 30.
Brought down by Crownover.
And down to about the 33. Isaiah Crownover made the stop, but Zabe's able to gain 5. And give Stanley County a first down to their 33. 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Zabe under center. Running out of the eye. Should be the last play of the third quarter. Handed to Brady. Trying to get something going. There's some room for him. Left side 45. Midfield. He's down at the Bonhomme 47. Best run for
brought down by Call. Play results in a
Colton in his return. The first down there. Jackson Cole made the stop.
At the Cavalier.
At the 46-yard line. Clock will run again down to the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3. Bonhomme leading Stanley County on the Wagner Auto scoreboard 21-0. Wagner Auto, the one place to go. The fourth quarter in 1 minute here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Starting a John Deere dealership during the Depression took guts and vision. But C.J. Grossenberg was determined to help the community. He supplied more than equipment. He supplied a better way of life for his neighbors. Today, the family business is still going strong. Because round here, Grossenberg proves our values to our community every day. Grossenberg Implement is celebrating 85 years and is fourth-generation family-owned and operated.
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
Stanley County begins the fourth quarter with it, and still in a 21-0 hole to Bonhomme. They do have the football, but now it's a matter of needing to score just about every time. They do have a first down at the Bonhomme 46. Now from right to left with a wing to the right and a sweep to the right. This is Brady, and Brady breaks a tackle, 45-40. He's to the 30, to the right sideline, and inside the 20 before he's finally brought in. And Colton starting to get it going now.
Stanley County first and 10 at the Cavalier 23.
And Brady, his best run so far, that's 23 yards to the 23-yard line of Bonhomme. First and 10, 11:50 left. Stanley County trailing 21-0. They've got to score, and they've got to score a touchdown. Toss right to Schweitzer. Oh, there's no room for Barrett, and he's brought back down to the 25. He tried to turn that corner and couldn't turn it ahead because Peyton Nielsen was there waiting for him. So Nielsen brings him down for a loss of a couple to the 25-yard line of Bonhomme. Second down and 12. The Paxton deal wide to the right. Slot to the left, Bothwell. Wide to the left is Q Bourne. Will Proxade put it in the air? He wants to. Can receivers get open? That's been a problem, and they're not open, and Zabe has to carry it
Zabe with the carry.
across the
Brought down by
20-yard
Saba
line and down to about, where will they spot this? Down to about the 21-yard line. And I'll make it third down around 7. Again, it's 2 downs to make these yards. Stanley County driving but trailing 21-0 with 10:38 left to Bonholm at Ole Williamson Field. Man in motion is Bothwell. Fake to him, Zabe up the middle. Didn't make it to the 20-yard line as Jackson Saba wrapped him up.
Zabe with the carry. Saba with the tackle.
They'll give him forward progress
Brings up fourth down
to the
for
20,
Buffaloes.
but it's 4th down and 6. And the Buffs, now this has got to have. Missed on a 4th down earlier. 10 minutes left, but Stanley County down 3 touchdowns, has to convert here. 2 receivers to the right. Bothwell and Deal. And 1 to the left, that is Q Bourne. Out of the pistol, Zabe with a roll right. Pressure, sets up a screen left for Schweitzer. 15, 10, 5, breaks through, end zone, touchdown Stanley County. They needed it, they gained it. A 21-yard touchdown pass on 4th down from Zabe to Schweitzer, and good moves by Barrett to make through a couple of tackles, and Stanley County's on the board with 9:46 left, down 21-6. Brock's 6th touchdown pass of the year, and that's Zabe's 4th touchdown reception, or Schweitzer's. And in fact, for Barrett, he has 9 total touchdowns now. He has 4th receiving. He also has 5 rushing. And Stanley County will go for 2. They have not tried a placement this year kicking. Zabe looks to his right where 2 receivers are. Snap back comes to Brock, and a roll to the right, and throws back up the middle, and it is caught by Blaze Frost in the end zone, but here comes a flag. So let's see what this is about. Frost did catch it, but the flag came out as the play was ending for an ineligible man downfield on a 2-point conversion. All right. Stanley County has to try it over again. And you say, well, big deal. Well, you know, you've got to get points on the board. They've already had the 6 on the board. Bonholm's coming off the field, but that's not their option. Accepting this penalty means that Stanley County will have to try the 2-point conversion over again. Well, a different signal was given. I was about to say, how can you have an eligible man downfield on a 2-point conversion? I think it was illegal participation. In any case, that negates the 2-point conversion.
I believe the penalty is for illegal participation.
And it won't count. And we'll take a break. 9:46 left. Bonholm leads Stanley County 21-6 here at Ole Williamson Field. And we return in 30 seconds here on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Clear it up. It was illegal participation on Stanley County. We've just been given an incorrect signal from referee Joe Martin. So that illegal participation penalty nullifies the 2-point conversion. And it leaves Stanley County down 15 points to Bonholm. 21-6, 9:46 left in the 4th quarter at Ole Williamson Field. Brock Zabe with a touchdown pass to Barrett Schweitzer for the score. And it was on a 4th down play, and one that Stanley County absolutely had to have. And now Aaron Cantu will kick it off. Coming up, our Family Dental Pier of Gettysburg postgame show will name our Bauman Lumber Player of the Game.
So once again, if you don't play, you can't win.
And a reminder again, in the 5 o'clock hour after we get done, Jody Heemstra will have DRG Media Group News, other features in the 5 o'clock hour, but at 6, remember, we take you to Chicago for Minnesota Twins baseball against the Chicago White Sox in the second of their 4-game series. As the magic number again for Minnesota is down to 8 to clinch the American League Central. So it'll be Cantu to kick. And this one's going to go into the end zone. Remember, he had all those touchbacks. Yes, an 80-yard field, I know, but Cantu had 6 touchbacks a couple weeks ago against Dupree, and he has another one right here. So, with 9:46 left, Stanley County sees Bonhomme starting at their own 20-yard line. 21-6 game. Bonhomme in front. And if they put the ball in the air again today, I will be shocked. Even though Landon Schmidt does run it under the pistol every time. And he just runs straight ahead. Some room, 25-26. Good first down game before Landon is upset by Kolda.
The carry brought down by Cantu.
And Cantu. It's a 5-yard gain right on the 25 for Schmidt. That fact puts him over 100 yards today. He is at 101 on 17 carries. 2nd and 10, Bonhomme from their 25. They're not worried even about points at this point. They just want first downs and time to keep running. They want Stanley County to use their timeouts as soon as they can. Handoff, no fake it to Mutter, and up the middle goes Schmidt across the 25 down to the 27 or 8. Forced down by Holda. Gain of 2. And again, Bonhomme will be perfectly happy with doing this every play. They need 3 yards now on 3rd and 3 from their 27. 3 of 7 on 3rd down in this game. Schmidt with a toss right. This comes to Saba. Breaks the tackle. First down, 30, 35. Finally brought in by Baldwin. But Jackson Saba with another good run on his 14th carry of the day. He gains 8 to the 35. He now has 74 yards. 8:13 left. Bonhomme 21, Stanley County 6. Cavalier football at their 35 with a 15-point lead. 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left. But again, if this ball goes in the air again today from this Cavalier team, it will be an upset. Mutters the man in motion. Handoff fake to him, said to Saba, comes up the middle. Jackson Saba is around his 40. First hit by Baldwin. Rylan Shrake is having to be looked at. Well, in fact, what sportsmanship here. It's a couple of Bonhomme players that are helping Rylan out as he may have a little bit of a cramp. Rylan tried to make that tackle. Now he is up and is walking. He'll have to come out. I think there was a cramp. He got stretched out just enough to get up and walk off, but he'll have to come out for at least a play. The game was 4. Bonhomme is 2nd and 6 from their 39. 7:43 left. Bonhomme leads Stanley County at Ole Williamson Field 21-6. Aside from the smoke in the air, it's a very nice Friday afternoon, and we're glad to have you with us. Landon Schmidt, the junior quarterback for Bonhomme in the pistol. 3-man front is what he looks at. Snaps to him and takes it right. 40, 45, right sideline. Spilled near his 48.
Brought down
by Blaze Frost. But Schmidt just keeps running the ball very, very well. Give him the first down to the 49-yard line. There's 10 more yards. 113 now for Landon Schmidt. on 19 carries, and there's 236 yards rushing. Bonhomme in their first 3 games had averaged only 220 yards of offense. But they haven't turned the ball over yet today. 1st and 10 from their 49. Saba stopped at the line of scrimmage. Good surge up the middle that time.
Saba with the carry, brought down by Kolda.
As Chase Kolda was there first again. Noah Baldwin helped out, held him to no gain, but that clock keeps running. There's still time left, 6:42 left. Can Stanley County make a defensive stop? That's what they need. Bonhomme here, 2nd and 10 from their 49, and now they're taking what we've seen Stanley County do late in games early this season, take as much time as they can, taking the time out of that huddle. They may wait on that back judge, Jordan Johnson, to start counting. Hand in the air for 10 seconds. They do snap it. Mutter with a sweep around end midfield. Out of bounds. That's not what Bonhomme wants at the Stanley County 45. Landon Boehm was there to force him out. But that does stop the clock. Still 6:13 left. 6 yards makes it 3rd and 4 for Bonhomme at the Stanley County 45. Now the Cavs are 4 of 8 on 3rd down. They next, by the way, are home to Platte Geddes for their next one. Again, the Buffs at White River next Friday night here on KGFX at 6:30. From the SC 45, 3rd and 4. Saba around left end 45-40. First down, ankle tackle by Paxton Deal, but he'd already crossed the 40.
Saba with the carry, tripped up by Deal.
Saba with another good run. He's all the way to the Stanley County 38.
Results in a first down at the Stanley County 38-yard line.
For 7 more, he's up to 85 yards. And again, every yard for Bonhomme has come on the ground so far today. Our Bauman Lumber Player of the Game and our Family Dental, a Pier and Gettysburg postgame show. So stay here with us for that following this game. 5:43 left in it. Bonhomme leading 21-6 over Stanley County. And Bonhomme's 1st and 10 at the SC 38 from left to right. Left hash wide side to the right. Man wide to the left. Pistol formation for Schmidt. They run out of the same formation a lot of the time. Schmidt just takes the snap, 35, breaks a tackle, 30 right seam, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Landon Schmidt runs it in from 38. A couple of Buffaloes collided near the line of scrimmage. One is still down, and Schmidt had all sorts of room on the right side and has his 3rd touchdown run today. And is up to 151 yards.
Officials timeout.
And one of the Buffaloes, who I think collided with a teammate, is still back down at around the 38. And this one practically may have put this game away for Bonhomme with 5:19 to play. They're up 27-6 over Stanley County. And Schmidt now with 151 yards on 20 carries. And that is Noah Baldwin, who is down. And not what Stanley County wants to see. As good as Noah has been, he has a sack this season. 11 tackles coming in. He's made plenty of big plays. But they're tending to him now. He got caught up in that traffic at the line of scrimmage. And Landon Schmidt just moved it forward from there. Schmidt had 189 yards rushing combined in the first 3 games. He has 151 today. They're still having to tend to Baldwin, who is still down with 5:19 to go. A very important player on both sides of the ball for the Stanley County Buffaloes is not up just yet. So let's take a break while they tend to him. 5:19 left. It's Bonhomme 27, Stanley County 6. And we will return in 1 minute on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life, with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Well, players on both sides are on a knee, and Noah Baldwin remains down, and in fact they have had to bring the ambulance onto the field. And we can only hope that this is for precaution's sake. You don't want to take any chances with anything. It goes back to what you may have heard head coach Max Foth say in our pregame, dealing with Cash Richardson not being able to play today. Took a hard hit and got a little bit dinged up. He went through concussion protocol, took a hard hit at the end of that Dupree game. And it was a situation where he could have come back to play today, but they didn't want to take any chances. And you just hope this is all precautionary, but they've brought out the stabilizer and the stretcher for Noah. On a play where just things got mixed up, as will happen at the line of scrimmage. Now, the ambulance is right in the way of our view, but again, they were able to get the stabilizer out and the stretcher out. And again, we can only hope that this is just to make sure that you don't want to take any chances. Just keep Noah stabilized here. And no point in us guessing about what happened to him. But you get mixed up, you fall wrong, you fall exactly the wrong way, it can hurt. But we have no idea what happened. And we can only hope that this is nothing more than precautions for Noah. So let's take another 2-minute break while they continue to tend to the junior. 27-6, Bonhomme has just scored, and they lead Stanley County now by 21 with 5:19 left in the fourth quarter. We'll take a 2-minute break right here at the KGFX page at DRG News app and at drgnews.com and on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activity.
Had a good start to his junior year. Again, from our vantage point, we cannot see what is happening, although a few moments ago, as we mentioned, the stabilizer and the stretcher were brought out for Noah. And it happened on the play where Bonhomme scored their 4th touchdown of the day on a 38-yard run by Landon Schmidt, who is having a huge day running the ball, but all that seems trivial now compared to what is happening to the Stanley County lineman, Noah Baldwin. Now we can see that they've got him stabilized. He's on the stretcher. His helmet is still on. Now they're putting him onto the ambulance. They had to bring the ambulance onto the field here. Players from both sides taking a knee. And Stanley County on what's been a difficult day because Bonhomme has played so well, but now they see one of their sharpest, most consistent players, Noah Baldwin, be put into an ambulance. And again, our sincere hope is that this is all precautionary, but again, stabilizing is what's most important here. And that's why that board was brought out along with the stretcher immediately. Baldwin was down, and as he down had a knee propped up in the air, and it looked like he was able to move his extremities. And now Baldwin in the ambulance. Will be driven away, and again, fortunate that we have extremely good medical facilities here just across the river, and the best care will come to Noah. And that has cast a little bit of a pall over an otherwise sunny afternoon, and over a game where Bonhomme has played so very well and been very physical with Stanley County, to be sure, as much as really any team has in the first 4 games this season. On the play where this happened, and this has been, 10 minutes ago now, Landon Schmidt scored for the 3rd time today on a 38-yard touchdown run, which, by the way, is the longest play from scrimmage for Bonhomme so far this season. It's given them a 27-6 lead. The ambulance is now at the end to our right. They're having to open up the gate down there to allow Noah to be taken to the hospital. Oh, it's going to be hard for both sides now to get back to football after that. But they must, as there's still 5:19 to go. And Isaiah Crownover will come on to try the extra point. Easton Mutter holds. Jace Topol is the snapper. They don't go with a swinging gate this time. Snap is down. Placement's good. The kick is good. We'll take a break. 5:19 left. The Bonhomme lead over Stanley County is now 28-6, and we return in 1 minute here on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
The foundation for how we do business is right in our initials, W-E. We. Everything we do is a partnership. We understand solving the many complex challenges growers face every day takes teamwork. And when we succeed, we do it together. That's the power of we.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Isaiah Crownover will kick off here for Bonhomme after the Cavaliers just had an 80-yard drive in 9 plays, 4:27, ending with a 38-yard Schmidt touchdown. Bothwell, Deal stand back at around their 16. End over end kick comes to Brendan Bothwell. It is 19, 20, 25. He cuts left to his 30, looking for room down the right seam, and he's brought down by Arstad and around his 36.
Stanley County takes over 1st and 10.
So Stanley County in not an advantageous position here. Down 28-6 to Bonhomme with 5:11 to play. Spotted at the 35-yard line, actually. So a 16-yard run back for Brendan. Well, Buffs have to put the ball in the air now, and they've got to keep their mind on the game. I know Noah Baldwin having to be taken away is on everyone's mind in this place, but they got to keep playing. Zabe with a throw right, caught by Schweitzer, 35, but wrapped up right away by
Schweitzer, brought down by Saba.
Jackson Saba, and a good play. He only made it to around his 38. For a gain of around 3. Stanley County with all their timeouts, 4:45 left. But not a whole lot of time, and they're 3 scores down. 2nd and 7 from their 38. Moving from right to left. 3 receivers to the left. Zabe is looking to the right. Deal one-on-one with Mutter, but the ball's over both of them by about 4 yards at the Bonhomme 30 and incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down for the Buffaloes.
And that'll make it 3rd down and 7. With 4:31 left and the clock stopped in potentially the last stand for Stanley County. Down 3 scores. If you know, whenever the Bonhomme Cavaliers get the ball back, they're going to put it right back on the ground and force SC to use those timeouts. 3rd and 7 from their 38 for Stanley County. Bothwell in motion, and they hand it to him on the sweep. Tries to turn the corner, 40. Oh, he is met at the 42 or 3, and that's all. Good head-on play by Landon Schmidt to prevent
and Ulmer. Brings up 4th down and short for the Buffaloes.
Bothwell from making the first down. He's left at the 44 and about a yard short. Obviously, no choice for Stanley County but to go for it here from their 44. 4th down, a little over a yard. 4:05 left. Bonhomme leads Stanley County 28-6. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. They're lining up at the left hash, wide side right. Brock Zabe in the pistol, sends Bothwell in motion again, fakes the handoff to him, cuts around right and has that first down, jumps across the 45 ahead to his 47, but Zabe does give Stanley County the first down.
Brought down by Connors.
As the stop was made there by Rhett Connors, big senior lineman. He's 5'8" and 230. So, SC keeps the ball, but now it's down to 3:35 left, down 28-6 to Bonhomme, trying to avoid losing to the Cavaliers for the 3rd straight season. Of course, they had to make the trip to Tyndall the last 2 years. It was Bonhomme who had to make the trip today. Snap back to Zabe, double reverse. Deal, they're going to try this pass play again with Paxton, going for Zabe on the right side. This time, Zabe makes the catch inside the 35-yard line of Bonhomme on a first down. They tried this play earlier, and Paxton overthrew it. But this time,
Stanley County has it 1st and 10 at the Cavalier 34-yard
Deal is able to complete it to the Zabe to the 34-yard line of Bonhomme. Topo was back to make the stop, but that is a 19-yard play. 3 minutes left. 1st and 10 Stanley County, Bonhomme's 34. Little swing pass to the left side for Brady. Caught at the 34, down to the 29-yard line. Topo again in on that play.
Saba and Topo.
Five yards will make it 2nd down and 5. And again, tick-tock goes that clock. 2:33 left. Bonhomme leads 28-6. Stanley County 2nd and 5 at the Bonhomme 29. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap to Zabe, who's in the pistol. Going long right, wants Deal inside the 10. Deal makes a leaping catch, and he's down inside the 5-yard line. Mutter couldn't come back to cover him. And Deal with a big play. They're inside the 5. In fact, they're down at the 2. A 27-yard play. Now Stanley County's got to keep working quickly here. 2:10 left. They still got 3 timeouts left. 1st and goal at the Bonhomme 2. And the snap to Zabe, and Brock just steps into the end zone for a touchdown.
Buffaloes. Brock Zabe on the carry.
Brock Zabe has his second rushing touchdown today and his fourth of the year, and Zabe's had a great day running the ball. He has 137 yards on only 9 carries. No, that's not right. My stats are a little messed up, but he has had a good day running the football. But it brings the Buffs only to within 16. They'll go for 2 here, and then you know what's coming next. They have to onside kick it. Snap is high to Zabe. Brock just steps into the end zone here and puts it in.
Extra point attempt is good for the Buffalo. Zabe on the carry.
Zabe runs it in with 2:03 left.
14.
Now is it exactly a traditional 2-score game. Bonhomme leading Stanley County 28-14. We'll leave it here.
Just a reminder to the fans staying along the sideline.
This is an 8-point, 65-yard drive for Stanley County. Takes 3:16. Zabe ends it with a touchdown run from 2 yards out, and everybody in the county knows what's coming now. You would imagine Stanley County has no choice with only 2:03 remaining. And they're down to Bonhomme by a score of 28-14.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, 1060 KGFX Pier. Rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM, Fort Pierre. Put the phone down, focus on driving.
Remember, in our postgame, our family dental appear in Gettysburg postgame. We'll name our Bauman Lumber player of the game. After that, Jody Heemstra has DRG Media Group news. Some of the regular features you hear in the 5 o'clock hour here on KGFX. Don't forget at 6 o'clock, Minnesota Twins baseball. Twins and White Sox in Chicago with Bailey Ober set to start tonight. Chris Atterbury and Dangle, and we'll have it for you at 6. Then at 5:30 tomorrow, then at 12 noon on Sunday for the Twins and White Sox. Twins 8 games in front in the AL Central with 15 to go. That means the magic number is 8. Well, the ball put sideways on the tee here for Aaron Cantu. Again, everybody knows what's coming here. Again, remember, it must go 10 yards. Cantu with the little boot, and no problem there as it is plopped upon by Luke Guthmiller for Bonhomme right at midfield.
Guthmiller falls on the onside attempt.
They absolutely had to try it.
Start 1st and 10 at midfield.
But Bonhomme has it at midfield with 2:03 left. And remember, Stanley County, they've saved their timeouts. The big pass play helped there, so they have all 3 of their timeouts to use. So Bonhomme can't run out the clock unless they gain a first down. So they'll run with a handoff. And wrapped up immediately is Saba. Just for 1 or 2.
Down by Kolda. Timeout.
Kolda made the hit. They'll give him a couple. Timeout Stanley County. There's the first of their 3 with 1:57 left. We'll keep it here again. It's an Agtegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Statistically, 2 yards for Saba, now at 87 with 18 carries. 1:57 to play. 28-14 Bonhomme leading Stanley County. Landon Schmidt has 3 touchdown runs and Saba 1 for Bonhomme. Brock Zabe has a couple of touchdown runs for Stanley County. 3-0 coming in, but really has been given the most physical game they've had so far in the first 4 by a Bonhomme team that has looked sharp. And again, turnovers that hurt them in the first 3, turning it over 8 times. They have not turned it over today. Again, the main concern of everyone is for lineman Noah Baldwin, who had to be carted off the field earlier in this 4th quarter. Play underway again, 2nd down and 8 for Bonhomme, just outside the Stanley County 48. Snap to Schmidt, 1 tackle broken, but not the second. Jackson was able to move forward to the 48.
Timeout, Buffalo.
Statistically, no gain. Schweitzer with the hit. Now Stanley County again
tomorrow over at Parkview Gymnasium
calls timeout.
Middle school gym.
Again, we'll keep it here with 1:51 left. An Agtegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. So 1 timeout left for Stanley County. Bonhomme needs 8. They won't take any chances here, of course. on 3rd and 8 at the SC48. Whatever yards they gain will be fine. If they can gain the first down and they need the SC40 for that, that's the game. But Stanley County would like to stop him here and at least have the football back. And if they can stop them now, it'll be a decision of when do you want to use that last time out? When would Max Foth want to do that? Would he take it right away? My guess probably yes, but we'll see what happens on this play first. Bonhomme away from their head coach Byron Pudwell and back with their offense on the field. The Buffalo defense now back on the field too. From left to right, Bonhomme 3rd and 8 at the Stanley County 48. 1:51 left. Bonhomme leads 28-14. And a toss sweep left to Saba. Jackson has a block. 45 slipped. Oh, good open field tackle really there. Brought him down at the 43-yard line, and Stanley County does indeed use that last timeout. Rylan Shrake had a hand on the ankle to bring Jackson Saba down at the 43. So it'll be 4th down and 3. Stanley County does use their final timeout, so they've used them all. 1:46 left. And now Bonhomme's in a spot where you would imagine they'll keep their offense in the field, and they know now, thanks to a good 5-yard gain by Saba that has him at 92, if they make 3 yards here, this game's over. The probability for them is very good anyway of 28-14 with 1:46 left, but it would be a cinch if they gain 3 yards right here. Buffs again next Friday. Go to White River. Stanley County and White River next Friday here on KGFX at 6:30. Reminder again on Thursday night, Stanley County volleyball against Potter County and Gettysburg. We'll have that for you around 7:15. We'll get to see TJ Dragaset's team in action. And remember, tomorrow in Parkview Auditorium, the Big Dakota Conference volleyball tournament. All right, 4th and 3. Bonhomme keeps the offense on the field. Again, 3 yards and it's done. That's what Bonhomme is thinking. Pistol formation for Landon Schmidt. What a good day he's had, the junior quarterback. Trying to draw him off again. Remember, Stanley County's given Bonhomme a couple of first downs on false and offside penalties. Ooh, Colden nearly jumped off again. Long count here. He'll wait till the back judge starts counting down from 5. Now they'll just take a timeout. Bonhomme will with 1:46 left. And again, we'll keep it here. And Agtegra timeout. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. And the whole game there was to try to bring Stanley County across with another offside. Didn't happen. So Byron Pudwell will talk things over with his team. 114 wins and 101 losses for one of the most respected head coaches in South Dakota. His 23rd season as this program's head coach. State championship 5 years ago in 9AA, defeating Kimball Whitelake 35-20 in the title game. And again, Coach Pudwell, of course, coached track and field for so long at Bonhomme in Tyndall. He's been part of this program from day one. Its first season was 1982. He was an assistant to Russ Morrell. So the team's back on the field, and Bonhomme is 4th and 3 at the Stanley County 43. 1:46 left, a 28-14 Bonhomme lead. 3 yards from clinching this victory. Snap to Schmidt at right guard. 41, looks like he has the 40-yard line, and a first down to wrap it up for Bonhomme, who will have win number 1.
Brought down by Zabe.
Brock Zabe wrapped him up. Well, the mark to gain is right on the 40. It looks like they have it. The officials are going to actually bring out the sticks. You don't see too many measurements happen as much as you used to, but they'll have to make one here. Well, if any part of this ball's on the mark,
fans, we've had a telephone turned in here.
This game will be over.
It was found in the ladies'
They
restroom,
will stretch
so
it
ladies,
out,
check your phone.
and
If you're missing one, I've got it up here.
He's short.
And 4th down conversion is no good. Stanley County
will have it back with 1:40 left, so there's still a faint glimmer of hope for the Buffs. Down 28-14 to Bonhomme. but they have to score twice and convert twice without a timeout. They're outside their own 41. It was about 8 inches short. That's about all. So Zabe made a good play defensively, and now he's at quarterback. And you know where this is going. Even Colton Brady is lined up as a wide out this time. 1st and 10 SC outside their 41. 1:40 left. Stanley County trails Bonhomme 28-14. Nobody in the air. Well, there is a man in the backfield, Bothwell. Throw right and a pitch back from Deal to Bothwell and brought down. He's out of bounds. There's a break for Stanley County.
Deal, pitch to Bothwell.
Across his 45.
Brings up 2nd down for the Buffaloes.
So the completion statistically there goes to Bothwell off the pitch. Mutter with the play, but out of bounds to his 46. So it'll be 2nd down and a long 5. 6 seconds off the clock. Now down to 1:34 to go. Mutter tried to bring him down in bounds but couldn't. Snap back to Zabe. Looks to the left. Here comes some pressure. Zabe rolls to the right. Has to throw. Knocked down and incomplete. Was going for Q Bourne.
Intended for Bourne. Falls incomplete.
But a really good play to knock it away
on the defense. Brings up 3rd
by
down
Landon Barish. Barish made a fine play there to knock the ball away. And now it is 3rd down and a long 5 for SC from their 46. Now down to 1:28 left. 28-14. Bonhomme in front. Stanley County has exhausted their timeouts. Zabe with a screen pass left finds Brady, 45. Midfield brought down at the 48-yard line. That's enough for the 1st down of Bonhomme.
Zabe's pass is complete to Brady.
Stop while the chains.
Play results in a 1st down for the
Armu.
Buffaloes.
Schmidt made the stop. They'll spot it at the
49.
9-yard line. 1st down and 10, down to 1:12 left. Snap to Zabe on 1st down. Going long right for Deal, but overthrew him. Pass a little wide. Mutter was back on the coverage. Stop clock with 1:05 left. Again, the odds still are not with Stanley County here.
Brings up 2nd down for the
They're down
Buffaloes.
2 scores, 28-14, meaning they have to have 2 touchdowns and 2 conversions, meaning they have to convert an onside kick. So it is desperation here for Stanley County to try to stay unbeaten, but a good stop by Zabe on 4th down set up the drive. 2nd and 10 Stanley County at Bonhomme's 49. Zabe with a roll right. Out of the pocket, he's being chased by Crownover, breaks away from him, is able to throw it ahead for Deal to the 30 of our line of Bonhomme. Catch it, 25-20, 10, he's gone! Touchdown! Paxton Deal! The 49-yard score! And the glimmer of hope stays alive for Stanley County with 53 seconds to go. It's 28-20. Don't go away. Deal with a 49-yard touchdown catch. Had the big catch last 2 weeks ago in Dupree, his 3rd catch of the day. Now Stanley County goes for 2. Again, it's an 8-point game. Again, they'll still have to convert the onside kick no matter what happens here. Snap to Deal, or to Zabe, around right end, dives forward, he's into the end zone. It is now a 6-point game. Well, it's interesting for a moment more.
That brings your score.
We'll keep it again here. 53 seconds left. Bonhomme still leads. Now it is 28-22. So Stanley County has made a pretty nice effort here to make this a game in this 4th quarter after they were down 28-6. Zabe with a touchdown with 2:03 left. Then he made the stop on 4th down. Now the pass to Deal with 53 seconds left. And again, everyone in America knows what's coming here. They'll have to try the onside kick again from Aaron Cantu. He put the ball sideways on the tee the last time. But it went right to Luke Guthmiller, and he's up there in front again. Mutter's up there. Call is up front, and they put Landon Barish, who has good hands, up front there too. The last shot here for Stanley County. They must convert the onside kick to keep their hopes alive. Down 28-22 with 53 seconds to go. Crownovers up front. Now Schmidt and Saba draw a little closer too. Ball again, sideways, completely sideways on the tee. Aaron Cantu ready to kick it. Little bit of a spin, but Guthmiller falls on it again, this time at the Stanley County 49, and that'll wrap this up. It's such a hard thing to do, but Stanley County tried it twice, but Luke Guthmiller there both times, and now with a couple of snaps, Bonhomme will run out the clock and have their first win of 2023 after dropping their first 3 games. Very good effort by the Cavaliers today. Again, mistake-free football. That's what they needed after so many mistakes in their first 3 games, 8 turnovers, but none today. The first of the kneel downs by Schmidt. He'll only have to do it one more time. And for Stanley County, well, knocked down a peg a bit today. Of course, aside from that, great concern about their teammate Noah Baldwin, who had to be carted off the field in this fourth quarter. Another kneel down by Schmidt ends it. And the Bonhomme Cavaliers, for the 3rd year in a row, defeat the Stanley County Buffaloes. SC made it a game in the fourth quarter, but Bonhomme has their first win of 2023, and Stanley County has their first loss. Our final score on the Wegner Auto scoreboard at Ole Williamson Field: the Bonhomme Cavaliers 28, the Stanley County Buffaloes 22. Wegner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer in Pierre since 1907. We'll have our Family Dental up here in Gettysburg post-game next. We'll name our Bauman Lumber Player of the Game. That comes up in 2 minutes here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles.
These prayers are being sent for Stanley County's Noah Baldwin, who in the fourth quarter had to be taken away from the field on an ambulance. And again, we can only hope it is nothing more than a precaution that Noah had was in some sort of entanglement of the line of scrimmage and could not make his way up. Then it was after that that Stanley County tried to come back. 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. Brock Zabe scored on a run with 2:03 left, then with 53 seconds left, a 49-yard touchdown pass to Paxton Deal. After Zabe had made a big stop on a 4th down run to give Stanley County one more chance. But Bonhomme held on. Every yard they had was on the ground today in a 28-22 win over Stanley County. 294 yards rushing for Bonhomme, led by their quarterback, Landon Schmidt. Also, Jackson Saba had 92 on 19 carries, as they will make a happy trip back home to Tyndall with their first win of the season after dropping their first 3. They're 1-3. Stanley County is now at 3-1. Let's name our Bauman Lumber Player of the Game. We'll do so in 30 seconds here on KGFX.
Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
And it's got to go to Jackson Schmidt. The junior quarterback was terrific for Bonhomme today. 153 yards on 22 carries, 3 scores. And again, a couple of his mistakes led to touchdowns last week for Viborg early, but no turnovers today for Bonhomme after 8 in their first 3 games. And the Cavaliers look sharp. And for Stanley County, well, maybe you never want to lose, I know it, but maybe not the worst thing in the world for them that happened for them at this time of the season. To maybe get the message, yeah, you're going to get pushed around a little bit. And frankly, the Buffs got pushed around by a very, very physical Bonhomme team today. But again, the thoughts of us all are with Noah Baldwin, and we hope we will find out something about Noah's condition over this coming weekend and let you know about it at the KGFX page. Noah, the junior lineman, had to be carted off the field in this fourth quarter. So Stanley County, with the loss, now is at 3-1. They next play next Friday night in White River against the Tigers here on 1060 103.1 KGFX with coverage beginning at 6:30 next Friday night. But before that, on Thursday, Stanley County volleyball as the Buffs play Potter County in Gettysburg. We'll have that for you Thursday evening at around 7:15. A reminder again tonight, Pure Governor football on River 92.7 comes from Yankton at 6:25. Govs and the Yankton Bucks in what should be a good one in a battle of 3-0 teams. And don't forget, at the top of the hour here on KGFX, it's Twins baseball from Chicago, 2nd of 4, between the Twins and the White Sox. On your way home from the game, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you that buckling up is the best way to save your life in a crash. Do it for your family and friends. You've got someplace to be. High school football on 1060 103.1 KGFX is brought to you by Avera Health, First Dakota National Bank, Access Health in Fort Pierre, Sioux Nation in Fort Pierre, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Pierre Regional Airport, Ferding Electric, Fisher Rounds and Associates Insurance and Real Estate, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Nystrom Electrical Contracting, Zander Auto Parts, and Venture Communications. And these in-game sponsors also help bring you high school football on KGFX. Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Montana Dakota Utilities, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre, Agtegra, CHS River Plains, Family Dental of Pierre in Gettysburg, Bauman Lumber, and Wagner Auto. Thanks to our good friend Keely Braceland, our athletic director here at Stanley County High School. Their athletic director, not ours. Thanks to Brian Menning for taking care of the video. Remember, you can watch this game at the KGFX page, at the DRG News app, and at drgnews.com. Brought to you by Bauman Lumber. And thanks also to Chuck Hansen, to Zach Deal for taking care of things in the studio. I'm David Burrow. Stanley County no longer unbeaten. It was the Bonhomme Cavaliers who came in, played excellent football today, and topped the Buffs at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. Again, the final score in the Wagner Auto scoreboard, Bonhomme 28, Stanley County 22. Thanks for joining us again. Twins baseball coming up at 6. Have a great weekend and good afternoon and evening from the banks of the Bad River in Fort Pierre.